Hey guys, welcome to episode 93 of Two Girls Chirping. I'm Lauren.
I'm Abby.
Today we're talking about the NHL Draft. Yay!
Woo! One word to describe it: underwhelming.
Overstimulating and overwhelming.
Underwhelming and overstimulating.
But in more important news, I'm wearing yellow, a color I loathe, because Brennity is back. If you're watching, if you're not watching Love Island USA, good for you. If you are watching, we had our reunion, our recoupling episode after Casa last night. It was so freaking messy. I'm so disappointed and annoyed at everyone except for Kinsey and Bryce and Trinity, of course. The only ones worthy of winning the game. I don't even give Zach credit because his Casa girl got pulled for
being racist.
Yeah. So it's not like he had an option to bring anyone back. That literally happened right before the recoupling. And also, I just don't like him. But that's neither here nor there. Yellow, love wins. Happy Pride to all. Yes.
Happy Pride. Speaking of Happy Pride, that's a perfect segue. One of my only opening notes is Zoe Boyd. On her podcast, No Straight Answers, of course, she said that Megan Keller texts her and Charlotte North Happy Pride every single day of June. And honestly, here's the thing about Zoe. She has a very, very dry sense of humor.
I love it.
So it could, I don't know if that's satire or what, but either way, I think it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah. She said that she's missed a couple days text-wise and that she's going to invoice Megan Keller because for every day that she doesn't text them during Pride, she owes them $50 to donate towards she didn't name what, but she was like to organizations to alleviate homophobia. And she was like, she hasn't texted me in a couple days. That's actually homophobic. I love
so
Zoe Boyd. I love a dry sense of humor.
I hope I never see a day where Zoe Boyd doesn't have social media.
My God, don't ever train her. Let her be free.
Don't. Let her live.
Let her live.
Give the people what they want, but the children love unmedia trained Zoe Boyd.
The children do love it. All right, my intro notes. Is that the only one you said?
I have one, but well, yeah, I want to do my one because you have others, and okay. I want the thunder of this one. William Eklund has been traded to the Ottawa Senators.
RIP.
It's honestly freaking hilarious to me. First of all, he's now reunited with Sutherland,
who was his best friend at the Sharks.
I'm fine with it.
It's a Kachuk-free team now, so
it's a Kachuk-free.
It's kind of best case scenario.
Canada is Kachuk-free, and to that I am jealous. But he found out at a Pitbull concert.
Yeah, I did see that.
I said, this is how I picture it. He's on the phone being told he's traded, hangs up. Pitbull, this is for everybody going through tough times. Believe me, been there, done that. And then he's like, if Pitbull can go through being traded to Ottawa, so can I.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide.
Pitbull knows, points to him, the crowd. Believe me, been there, done that.
I don't know a bad thing about Pitbull, but we don't have time for me to get into that.
Okay.
Do you?
I don't know. He gives me like greasy vibes.
That's crazy. He's actually done a lot of philanthropic work. But
I know some people that have done philanthropic work that have done greasy stuff too.
Yeah, but I feel like he would have gotten exposed by
fair.
now if he was going to. But I don't know. I can't say I follow Mr. Worldwide that closely. I keep it local. FYP page. That's so stupid. For You page. I was trying and I was like, no. For You page stays local.
Girl, sometimes it's a little too local. I also want to say, whoever made that edit of him being traded to less by Olivia Rodrigo, watch out for me on the streets. Because that hurt my feelings. I'm going to send it to you.
Oh,
with
great.
a trigger warning.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Emma Malte, as in she slays, which is how I have to remember things. She signed a 2-year contract with a Victoire, so she is now a Victoire. I'm so freaking excited.
Dude, me too. When you first sent me and it said it was her face and traded, I was like, no.
I know.
But then it was to Montreal and I was like,
oh yeah. I was like, I'm down with that. I can get down with that for real. And then MPP, our queen, Mrs. Hockey, if you will, she announced that she was going to have knee surgery to repair her meniscal and ACL injury that she's been nursing and dealing with since the Olympics. I'm not surprised.
No.
I'm surprised. I always get so surprised at how how injured people are in playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't know how she kept it going after the Olympics, to be honest with you. Probably because she's the freaking GOAT. She's Miss Hockey. She's MVP.
Yeah. Which, like, she did slow down a little, but even her slowed down is still very competitive.
Yes.
Also, speaking of injuries, did you see Seth Jarvis is having shoulder surgery? He's out 4 to 6 months.
What? No. When?
Yeah, I saw it today.
Rue? When was this?
I saw it today. By the way, this is Saturday that we're recording this, so the draft is still going on, but okay.
What the heck?
Yeah.
4 to 6 months, you say? What month is it right now? It's Pride Month, so it's 6 plus 4. Okay, so he'll miss like early season and then hopefully be back before Turkey Day.
At the earliest.
What?
Sorry, I'll talk about it later in the episode because I have a note and I was actually just coming on here to check on it. Yeah, at the earliest, Seth Jarvis will be back October.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He won't
So,
miss
as I
much.
said.
Sorry, I was looking up something.
That's okay. Mike Babcock is officially the Oilers head coach. Who cares? They made their bed, lie in it. Jack Drury and Chase Bradley were traded from the Avs to the Preds in exchange for, and I am going to hope that I say this right, Fedor Svechkov and Zachary Leroux.
Let me look.
Leureux. So I know the last one is Rowe. Hero?
Leroux.
Leroux?
Zachary Leroux.
Leroux?
I'm assuming.
That's my assumption as well. Basically, that trade was you give me your forwards, I'll give you my forwards. Even Stevens.
Yeah.
More surprisingly, though, was the fact that the Blues traded Jordan Kyrou to the Capitals for Connor McMichael, mind you. I mean, there was also like a Milton Gastrin and a first-round pick in there. But Connor McMichael for Jordan Kyrou was very surprising to me.
So, you mentioned the first round pick. That is the part that I'm like, oh, that's probably what they really wanted, was that first round pick. Because they were collecting them like Pokemon.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong. Jordan Kyrou is he's very important to the Blues team in execution, or at least he was. RIP. And Connor McMichael, I don't know. He's such a friggin' Capitals player. That dude is so dirty. He's committed so many crimes against my children.
But, I mean,
I don't know much about the Blues.
Could use some of that.
They definitely need some grit for sure. And I mean, he's a vet. He's been around.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It'll be really weird to not see him. Like when I just associate the Capitals with him, Tom Wilson, and Ovechkin. Like those are my big three.
100%. That's who I think of when I think of the Capitals is McMichael, Wilson, Ovechkin.
Yeah, that one is an interesting one.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the Capitals also got Alex Tuch from the Sabres in exchange for David Camp and a 3rd round pick.
I don't know much about David Camp. I actually don't know anything about David Camp.
I know that was the name of the investigator from the true crime series that we were watching last night.
Oh,
yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Not the same.
No, that would be crazy. Can you imagine?
No.
He like solves this murder case and decides, you know what? I'm gonna go to the NHL.
I'm gonna get pucks deep. Yeah, my thing is Alex Tuch is very similar in my mind to Jordan Kyrou in that that's a pretty big Sabres player.
I will say, if you put them standing next to each other, not in jerseys, I wouldn't be able to tell you which one is which.
I'm fairly confident that I'd be able to pick out Alex Tuch.
Okay.
Google
Because
his
in my
picture.
head, they look the same. They might not look anything alike in real life, but in my head, they look the same.
We're going to have to agree to disagree on that. But that's okay because it's all in the eye of the beholder. Lastly, because I wanted to end on a good note with my little intro, Brendan Gallagher was named an honorary citizen of Montreal. He's been with the Habs since the 2012-2013 season. The Habs told him in the season that this will be his last one, so he's basically just shopping where he's going to go play next.
Yeah. And his wife is from Montreal, right? I believe so. Oui. How are you, Abby to be in Barry?
Oui. And they just had a baby. I don't know. That one just, I don't like it and I don't want it. I understand it.
I mean, yeah, I get why he wants to go. He wants to play consistently, and he's not getting that much in Montreal. And it's not even that he's a bad player. It's just Montreal has so much talent that
and younger guys.
It is sad.
Because he's such a leader in the locker room and such a leader for the team. And he's been nothing but graceful throughout this whole transition of his last season. And honestly, the last 2 seasons where he's had to take a step back from the team because he's just not number 1 or number 2 or number 3. But
really number 4.
No, he's like a 4th or 5th liner.
4th, there is no 5th.
Yeah, bench. Healthy scratch.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember when the Tkachuk trade happened. I think that we haven't talked about it yet. Week. All I'm going to say is Brady Tkachuk now plays for the Florida Panthers, which it's sweet of them to condense them to one team for me to ignore.
Well, they need someone who can help Brady get around because, words are just really hard for him and he's still learning his letters. And honestly, it's just very overwhelming for him. He never could figure out what the fuck a kilometer was. He's very basic. He was not getting into the GR program. He was not getting the AR points. So he needs help.
AR...
And Florida is very much a Tkachuk style. Mm-hmm. That'll be good for him.
Yeah. Their wives will have each other to lean on. Okay, are we ready for the draft?
Let's draft.
Before we get into it, St. Louis had 4 first-round picks. They were trading for first-round picks like crazy, which meant I know Dallas didn't have a first-round pick. A couple of other teams didn't, obviously, and then trades happened throughout the draft. A lot of trades actually happened throughout the draft.
I know. I only picked up on a couple. The ones that I saw that I was like, yeah, I know who those guys are, because honestly, there's just been too much going on, as there always is.
Yeah, so this is kind of bare bones-ish, mainly because there was so much going on. It was so overstimulating and also boring at the same time. So I have just random notes about my stream of thoughts throughout the draft, which I believe Lauren does too. And then I have a couple of statistics on the guys and any fun facts I saw throughout the way. Same as P-Dub.
How much do you have to set the scene before the first pick?
I'll set the scene.
Dang, I wanted to set the scene.
You can set the scene. Picture
this. The NHL Draft intro video. It's a hype video.
Oh my God.
And it is playing Iris by Go-Go Dolls with a freaking club beat in it as well. It set the freaking tone because it was such a what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
It's just going, and I don't want the world to see me.
I was literally
so I was like, don't you, this is a draft. Don't you want the world to see you? Isn't that kind of what we're here to do?
Yeah. And it's trying to be a hype video, but it was so weird and stupid.
It was. And that's pretty much how the night went. So it was in Buffalo. Johnny, I don't know how to say this man's name right because of the Upper Deck analysts and commentators. I only knew Emily Kaplan, as one does. I had to back it up to where they introduced themselves because I was like, I don't know who y'all are. It was John Buccigros, Buccigros. Yuck.
Yeah, I don't know that man.
Emily Kaplan. In a red suit, mind you. Everyone else was in blue. She was in a red suit because she is that girl. She is her. Yes, ma'am. Megan Chaika, who her brother is the Maple Leafs head coach. Her brother, you should really look into him. That might be something we talk about because he's got a pretty interesting past.
Okay.
And then Kevin Weeks. And I put in parentheses, I'm so sorry. I don't know who y'all are.
I literally only knew Emily Kaplan.
Yeah. They didn't even need to introduce her to
then
me.
There were 2 reporters. One was on a couch interviewing them immediately after being drafted, and then another one was talking to their family. And
the one on the couch had the cutest lilac jumpsuit, and
Did you see her
other
heels?
one,
they were so cute.
Yes, they were very cute.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
I was just gonna say they never introduced them. I recognized their faces. Mm-hmm. I just couldn't remember their names.
And they didn't introduce them. I was Googling it, trying to find where they announced the announcers, and like you couldn't find anything. So in my head, on the couch, we have Miss Lilac Lady, and then we have Miss Bangs as the other announcer. She had like a crazy tight updo and bangs, which I respect, and she was in all black. She looked like she was ready for a funeral. So that was the announcers, again presented by Upper Deck. All the teams were remote again. You know, nothing says welcome to the team. We're so happy to hear you, like having a video call.
It was presented by Upper Deck.
Yeah, they said that.
Interesting.
That's why they were on that Upper Deck again, because I was like, oh, P-Dub and the MNHL.
Broadcast booth.
So what?
It's not, that's not the Upper Deck.
I said it's presented by Upper Deck. Now, who Upper Deck is, that's got nothing to do with me.
They're like are they like a gambling, like a sports betting thing, probably?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't know. Okay, here's what I have for the players. ESPN listed the NHL ceiling, which is a player's peak of if everything goes right, the NHL floor, which is the worst outcome for this prospect, and the probability of them playing 200 games. And then the last thing was most likely tier, and it was kind of like, what player do they resemble the most? Like, who's going to be the most comparable player for them?
That's kind of interesting. I didn't see anything about that. I kind of walked in this thing blind. I knew a couple of the guys, or the prospects, if you will, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it wasn't in the broadcast. It's something I looked up after.
Such a research queen. Such a little sleuth. All right, now to the big bad, Gary Bateman. He came on stage. He got booed aggressively.
Thank God. I love that they do that.
Yeah, it's amazing. He was flanked with two giant, it looked like bodyguards, but of course they were local celebrities. It was a Sabres player and a Buffalo Bills player, which is NFL, because I had to look.
You really had to look?
Well, like, I didn't know who they were, so I was already looking up who the names were when they
said?
Yes, because I was like, I don't know these people. Put them in their gear. I'll know them then, but I don't know what they look like in the wild.
I thought you meant you had to look up what the Buffalo Bills were.
No, I know that because Haley Seinfeld's husband plays for the Buffalo Bills, and that's the only reason I know that.
People have really hated that she married him, and they're like, she quit her career to become a trad wife. I'm like, what?
God forbid.
Like, she got married, but she's still acting
and singing
she
just had a baby. Like, it takes a minute. Mind your own business. It was her choice. She's fine with it. Why are you bothered?
That, speaking of trad wives, real quick, one little segue.
Yeah.
We're doing Yesteryear for our book club, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish in time, so I don't know if I'm going crazy. Honestly, wild to listen to, because I'm listening to the audiobook. I don't know if y'all know who Ballerina Farms is, but if you read it, that's who I'm picturing. And this is exactly what I think her inner dialogue is like. Okay.
What do you mean this is exactly what I think her inner dialogue is like?
It's about a trad wife influencer, and she's like,
oh, Ballerina Farms is the real one.
Yes.
Okay, I was confused. That's my fault.
I've got to assume that's who the book is modeled after.
I mean, from what you've talked with me about it, it seems like yes. But back to the draft.
Sorry.
So he brings out two non-bodyguard local celebrities, and he goes, I brought them out to minimize the booze. And he tried to act like it was a joke, but it wasn't a joke, because every time for the first like 3 or 4, maybe 5 picks, he was done by the 6th and the 7th. He would come up, he would get booed, and then he'd be like, I love it. I love the booze. Like, trying to be a little cunty. It was so cringy. But he's really cringy, and he's such a small man physically.
He's such a small man.
I just love what art imitates life. Like, he's such a little small man.
The smallest man that ever lived, possibly.
Truly. The Pagula family, got a shout out because they own the Bills and the Sabres and just Buffalo in general. And then they do the football player whose name, again, I don't know. He he starts leading a chant. He leads a chant, and most of the audience, which there's not a lot of people there, PWHL could not relate because that place was packed. He leads a chant. They do some chant thing, and then Gary Bateman brings out the Blackstone Valley Co-op hockey team, and they rock up in some essentially Vegas jersey uniforms, which I was like, Jesus Christ, I cannot escape Vegas. Well, it turns out that that's their actual logo. They're not an affiliate. They just basically said copy paste on it. And the reason that they got to be involved in the draft is because, if you can recall, Tom Diggs sent us this, and trigger warning for
shootings.
Yes. Back in February in Rhode Island, this crazy ass man opened fire on an active game of the co-op team, the hockey team, and he killed his ex-wife and his oldest son, and then also his father before he killed himself. Now, one of his other children was actively on the ice playing a game, which is thankfully why he was spared.
Yeah.
So the youngest son was Colin Dorgan, who was a senior, or is a senior defenseman for the team. He survived the shooting, and then the play-by-play announcer for the Golden Knights, David Gucher, saw the news and then basically set up an informal relationship between their team and the junior team. Like, he's done like phone calls and gift packages, phone calls with players to the team, gift packages and all kinds of stuff to just essentially show them support. Because he was like, I was watching it and I was seeing all these Vegas uniforms and I was like, we have to do something. Which, honestly, rare Vegas win.
Yeah, rare, very, very rare win.
It was...
Yeah,
It was an interesting choice.
Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought and I'm getting so frustrated with myself. Okay, is it my turn to take over? Or
You go, girl.
this is my active train of thought. Matthew Schaefer! Why does he look like such a young man?
Yeah, they showed him as they're getting ready for the draft.
Yeah.
He was in this really cute suit that was essentially the color that Abby has, and I just know his girlfriend picked that out for him. It was so cute.
Yeah, it was very adorable. They did it remote again this year. So they're in the Buffalo Stadium, and it's already like cut off halfway because they have all this backstage stuff. And so it's really like half the stadium. On the floor are all of the families and the players that are eligible for drafts. And the fans are supposed to be in the stands, but it's like half full at most in the stands.
Half was generous.
Yeah.
But they knew how to boo. They projected really well.
They did know
there.
how to boo. That's true. That's true.
I have to wonder if some of the draft picks were booing. I just have to wonder.
I seriously doubt it because honestly,
I doubt it too, but
if
still.
I was eligible for the draft, I would probably just sit there like,
That's
shaking.
basically, that's a lot of how they did.
yeah, I would zone out so bad. But yeah, it was remote again. Last year was the first year, so the GMs had been requesting to be remote during the draft and like just call in for it, which I know, I'm pretty sure the NFL is the same way. I don't know. I can't say I've ever watched the NFL draft. But so nobody from the team was really there for a lot of these teams, if not all of them. And the general managers, all the execs are just like in a conference room randomly getting zoomed in sometimes. It's just like very
You're telling me with
impersonable.
all the money that organization has, they can't afford to just fly all these executives in. I don't care that you don't want to be there. This is your responsibility. Come show face for these new draft picks.
Yeah,
At least for the first round.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. At least for the first round. And it's not even about like they don't have the money. The GMs just didn't want to. Like the executives of these teams didn't want to go in person anymore. And I'm like, you fly for 41, 42 games a season and you can't fly out for one day
Lazy
to
ass.
welcome your rookie prospects. Like it just is stupid to me. I don't like it.
It
feels
lazy.
so weird. It feels anticlimactic when they're drafted. They just like go talk to fucking strangers.
It's so awkward. Like
It
there's
is
no
so awkward.
there's no warmth to the process.
No.
Because the draft picks are announced normally by a celebrity.
Yeah. Well,
And
first
then-
round, yeah.
Yeah, and then they get like 2 or 3 interviews done by strangers, and then that's basically it. Like, you don't meet anyone from the team. Like, it's so impersonal.
And even some of the draft picks, the people that were announcing it were remote. Like, it was just a video.
Hell yeah. I
And
wouldn't
it
have gone to
felt
that thing.
so bad. Like, it just felt so icky.
Especially
I didn't
since
like
the
it.
PWHL was so intimate and
Yeah.
just like positive vibes. Everyone was cheering, aside from the occasional boo for Ohio State.
Or Britta Carl.
Yes. And then, or Abby Murphy, she got booed too.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I don't know, like all the teams were there. It was just very personal and warm.
Yeah, and
This was not.
You just got drafted to the team. You go and you shake your general manager's hand, have a little chat. Like, I feel like that's a very vital part of the process, but what do I know? I did write in bold and italicized all caps. The vibes of this draft could not have been more different than the PWHL vibes.
It was just so overstimulating and so underwhelming.
Yeah.
But let's get into the first pick.
So yeah, I said all that. My note before they even announced the first pick, this is hell.
Yeah.
Toronto's on the clock. The pick comes in, and it cuts to Gavin McKenna, which everybody kind of knew Gavin McKenna was going to go first overall.
Hey,
It cuts
don't let
to
a charge
him.
keep you from going first overall, baby.
I know, and he's like this. And the commentators were like, Gavin McKenna is so like emotional. This is a very emotional moment. And I'm like, he's 100% just trying to hear the phone call.
Because music is blasting. Like, you can
And-
hardly hear the announcers.
And
I'm like, that. He
released-
was not crying at all. He was simply trying to hear what the fuck they were saying.
Yeah, and they released the phone call, and he literally was like, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
um,
Also, he had on his, like, First Nations pins and, like, his...
spoiler, I was getting to that.
Sorry!
Just let me lead.
Where you go, I go.
That's like one of the last pieces because I wrote down what the pins meant.
So sorry about that.
Yeah, also, I didn't know this, and I think this was against a certain team, but the commentators were saying he gets booed when he touches the puck when they play a lot of different teams. So I'm like, oh, Britta girl, that's fine. And the pick comes in, and it pans to Justin Bieber in the middle of the seating area. Like, he's on the floor, just like hanging out, walking, talking. Like, I don't even know what he was saying because I was just like,
It felt like he was doing an intro to a concert. Like, everything about the way he was walking in, and he was like, as a lifelong Maple Leafs fan, you know how much I love hockey. I love hockey so much. Hockey for life, basically. And then he was walking, and there were some girls who clearly were like, oh my God, it's Justin Bieber. And he was like, hey, ladies, how we doing tonight? Hey, y'all, how you doing tonight? It was so fucking dramatic.
and then he gets up on the stage, and he goes, whispers in Gary Bateman's ear randomly, and then he goes, Mr. McKenna, we'd like to draft you.
He literally goes, hey, little mama, can I whisper in your ear? And then
He basically-
Consent King asked for consent to draft Mr. McKenna, mind you.
I thought he was going to pull up a chair and sing One Less Lonely Hockey Player. Yeah, it was so freaking weird. Like Lauren said earlier, he was wearing 2 different pens. He is Indigenous. He's very white passing, so a lot of people don't know he's Indigenous. We didn't know until someone told us, actually.
Emma.
After, he got felony charges brought up against him.
That were dropped.
The felony was dropped. But yeah, his sister made them. One of them was for Orange Shirt Day for Every Child Matters, and the other was the Red Dresses Project, which is a project to shed light on Indigenous women that go missing or are just murdered.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah. And his family were wearing their native vests as well.
I loved it. I loved it
also-
so much. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It was great. He might have to pay a couple fines and stuff, but it's just so nice to see some color and some culture in the NHL.
I also like how, and I think this is just a Canadian thing, but in the US we refer to indigenous people as Native Americans.
Because y'all were here first.
Yeah, because they were.
Native.
But Canada calls them the First Nations, which I like better.
I love it.
I like it better, I gotta say, because they were the First Nations.
They were and
came
are.
in and we murdered a lot of them.
Yeah, genocides were committed. That's what we do really well.
Yeah. Austin Matthews then pops up on the screen to congratulate Gavin McKenna. He was actively held at gunpoint, I am convinced, during that.
I'm going to have Abby drop a picture in. He is in a white shirt, a hat. I think it's a white hat, a white background, like no art, nothing. Do you know, I don't know how much y'all listen to true crime, but every once in a while there's like pictures taken with kidnapped victims.
With the newspaper.
Yeah, with the newspapers, or they'll like read a note from their kidnappers, and it was so cry for help.
It was.
It literally was like he is reading a ransom note. I laughed so hard. I actually could still throw my head back and laugh again about it.
Because he was like, "Hey Gavin, we're really excited to have you here. Look forward to meeting you." Like, it was bad. It was so bad. And Justin Bieber's still there. So he goes to the couch to be interviewed after putting on the jersey and all of that. And then Justin Bieber sits down on the couch with him and is like,
he is looking at him like he is his father. Like, he is glowing with pride.
Yeah, exactly. And then they asked in the same interview, she asked Justin Bieber what it was like how this moment felt for him to be able to be here. And like, he wasn't drafted.
It was so crazy. I don't know if Justin Bieber was supposed to be there for all of that.
He was.
Or if he just executive decisioned and they rolled with it. It was so awkward.
They told him to. Because he started walking off the stage and they told him to go sit on the couch. Anyways.
I don't like that.
So Gavin McKenna finishes his interview with JB and goes off the stage, and Matthew Schaefer was there to interview him. First overall pick to first overall pick. And that was the most natural interview I've seen in a long time. They're just walking and talking, but it just, I don't know, it literally felt like they were just catching up after he got drafted.
Well, they knew each other too.
Yeah.
But I agree. That man's got... He's not a man. He's still a child. He's got a bright future in reporting.
I said he's coming for business job.
He's coming for business job. Actually, who's the really... Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
So here are the ESPN notes on him. NHL ceiling star.
You're a star.
His floor is a second line, and his probability of playing in the NHL is 88%. Most likely going to be top line, and his comparable player is... Comparable. There we go. I was like, that's not a good word. Is Clayton Keller.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. Now...
I wonder how they figured that.
I don't know.
AI.
I will say, too, Gavin McKenna is probably who I have the most notes on, so I know this feels like a lot, but it's going to be less from the rest of the people. But a couple, little random notes on him. We first heard about him when headlines started to break that the NHL's number one prospect was arrested on felony charges. And honestly, we were like, that tracks.
He's got a bright NHL career ahead of him.
Yeah. It's still kind of up in the air about what really happened to invoke this, but essentially he was at a bar with his mom and
a couple other teammates.
Yeah, a couple of people, which he's 18, so he can legally drink in Canada, but I think they were in the US actually.
They were most definitely in the US. And
Which
I'm sorry, you have to abide by the laws in the country you're in.
That is illegal. But crazily enough, he wasn't charged with underage drinking at all because he got in a fight and ended up breaking the guy's jaw.
Hell of a punch.
And nose, I believe. And it seems like it started from the guy making bigoted comments about his mom being indigenous and him being indigenous, and he was kind of standing up for his mom. It's kind of the story that's coming from it all. Now, none of us were there, so we don't really know. But
if you were there, please share.
If you do know, please share. Did he go too far for self-defense? Yeah. That's not self-defense. That's a bit farther than that. But you know what? At least it wasn't against a woman. He was charged with felony aggravated assault, misdemeanor simple assault, disorderly conduct, and harassment. But on February 6th, after the court reviewed the video footage of the whole incident, they decided there was not enough evidence that McKenna had acted with intent to cause serious bodily harm, and the aggravated assault charge, which is the felony, was dropped. He does still face the other misdemeanor and other charges, but I don't really know what that means for him, like in terms of, does he go to jail? No.
It's typically a fine. I looked it up. I've followed the case softly, not super aggressively, just here and there. So he's basically looking at, I don't think that he ain't spending no time in jail. The NHL is not going to allow that.
No.
But he's probably going to have to pay a fine, which I'm sure that his team will pick up the
100%.
tab for that. And that's pretty much it. You know, I don't know who threw the first punch or the first shove or anything like that, but I know who ended it. And you know,
and that's
I don't mean to blame a victim, but if you want to talk shit, you need to be able to not have a weak ass jaw that breaks that easy. So, anywho,
true. And
I'm not blaming the victim. That was not English. I'm not victim blaming. I'm victim accounting. Don't talk shit.
Yeah, I'm also like, if you were making bigoted comments, you had it coming. That's all I'm saying. Okay, the only other thing I have on him is he is a distant cousin by marriage of Connor Bedard's.
What?
Yeah.
My Shayla?
Per Wikipedia, so take that with a grain of salt, but
50-50 chance.
50-50 chance he might be a distant cousin by marriage of Connor Bedard.
I have one more thing about this. In the McKenna Schaefer interview where they stopped, there was like 3 sheriffs in the back left on camera. And I just want to say, the one on the back right, he was so fine. He can protect and serve me any day. I don't know if anyone else was clocking them, because normally I'm like, a cop, okay. But that man's face card was insane.
No, I agree. I swear I saw him like flexing his jawline. He's going for a model pose so he can be on Love Island one day. He can be the new Sean.
Ooh.
Miss you, Sean. Come back. These are tough times out here.
Who is Sean?
You never got to see him because he left like right before you started watching it with me.
That's okay. Rip Sean.
He was the one that did an interview with Bea after they both got.
Oh, yes.
I didn't survive teen pregnancy to become a stepmom.
Truly.
Bea, we miss you too. Girl. Okay.
Yeah, she would have taken off her prosthetic leg and beat the shit out of TT.
Yeah. I
mean, the producers already had to pull Melanie and Kinsey to stop it from getting physical. But anyways.
Yep. Okay, second overall pick to San Jose. Did we say Gavin McKenna went to Toronto? Gavin McKenna went to Toronto. The second overall pick was...
Where else would Austin Matthews be? I mean, I don't think we explicitly said it, but you know, clue. Austin Matthews did the thing.
Context
clue number
times.
2. Justin Bieber was the announcer. Those are clues. Let's connect the dots.
Clue.
That's a clue.
Okay. Second overall pick was San Jose's, and they chose Ivar Stenberg, who is Swedish.
Her Swede.
Yes.
Live draft.
Layla Edwards came out to announce it, and they started chanting USA, and she said, I should have brought my gold medal.
Yeah, I love her because, of course, Gary Bateman was getting booed, as he does, and then they bring out motherfucking Layla Edwards of the PWHL San Jose, who also, did you see in an interview, she said this week after getting drafted, of course, she was like, well, I just think that Will and Macklin need to buy a mansion and I'll just live in the basement with them. And I was like, how do I finance that? How can I make that a reality?
I know. I will put myself in credit card debt for you to live out that dream.
But she was brought in as a boo buffer, as you can imagine, and it worked pretty effectively.
Yeah.
And Gary Bateman was like, you should have brought the gold medal, which, first of all,
shut the
fuck up. But second of all, it's Layla Edwards, so I love anything that she does.
Yeah, absolutely. And she got straight to the point. Also, Justin Bieber saying, Mr. McKenna, we would like to draft you, just pissed me off because there is a specific speech that every team gives in every draft I've ever seen. It's like, with the blank overall pick and the blank draft, the blank selects this person.
He is just such an oddball.
Yeah. But Layla Edwards said it, did it great, spoken. What?
She did great speaking. She followed the template. Clearly, she followed the plan.
I did it great spoken as well.
She's still a little concussed, but better than last week.
Yes. And then it like cut weirdly, and it didn't look like they interviewed him at all. And it wasn't until like after they did it so out of order.
They
popping
cut
up his interview.
Yeah, they cut to the upper deck, an analyst. And
to the broadcast booth.
Yes, thank you so much. To the broadcast booth, because they weren't analyzing jack shit. But
Emily Kaplan was. The two girls were the only ones making the statements that I was like, oh, you're an analyst.
Yeah, John was asking Emily Kaplan, who was very much on her phone, if she was, I can't remember if he asked if she was texting or tweeting, and she was like, yes, I am. And then she dropped some breaking news about some trade
JJ Peterka.
From Vegas to the Rangers, and everyone...
Never mind, not the JJ Peterka trade thing.
Everyone at the table was like, really? And she was like, yeah. And then she just kept doing her little thing. And then it cut to the announcer. We didn't get the couch interview.
No, we did not get the couch interview. And the thing is, he says his English isn't that great, but it's good enough to do an interview.
He's fluent.
Yeah, he's
more fluent than some
English,
people.
Actually, it may not be great for Sweden, but it's great for the U.S.
I've had a harder time understanding Alabama patients than I have understanding his English. He did great.
Anyways, they asked him what was going through his mind when they announced that he was picked by San Jose, and he said, I blacked out a little, haha. I don't remember much, just hugging my mom.
Which is so real.
So real. Also, his brother Otto plays for the Blues.
Is that the brother that they had with him?
Yes.
Okay, I wondered why they pulled him.
Yes. I have a couple credentials on him. He played the under-18 Worlds with Sweden, winning bronze, and under-18 with Sweden, silver, and then World Junior Championship, Sweden won gold.
Period.
Yeah. He also looks like a sweetheart, so I think he'll be a good fit for the Sharks.
He's going to be a great fit for the Sharks. Yeah. We love a young, shy little guy.
Yeah.
Especially a Swede, since we just traded all of ours.
Yeah. Here's his little, ESPN things. NHL ceiling, top line. His floor is also second line. And his NHL probability is 91%, which is higher than Gavin McKenna's.
That is super high. Well, he's also going to the Sharks, so.
That's true. Most likely tier is top line, and his comparable. I struggle with that word so much.
That's okay.
His comparable player is William Nylander. Yeah.
That can go a couple different ways, but I'm going to choose the good way.
Yeah.
But guard your hair.
Guard your hair.
Guard your hair, my guy.
Make sure your hairline's not running from you.
Watch out for those concussions and migraines. Stay safe.
His post-draft interview, back in the media room, someone said, when did you know that the Sharks would pick you? And he goes, when they called my name.
I already saw a video of the San Jose, I think they called it San Jose players being or whatever, and it was just a compilation of that and Macklin and a couple other sassy boys.
I saw something similar, but it said San Ho Brats.
Maybe, okay, I think it was that. Sorry, I forget. I watch a lot of British stuff. I forget that the C word it's not chill here in the US. So I think it was the San Jose Brats. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking, never mind. That's a story for a different time. I also saw a clip when I was looking into him a little bit more of him doing an interview, and he's doing an interview in Sweden making hamburgers. Don't ask me because I don't know. And he had an extra piece of onion, and someone's asking him questions, and he's just holding the extra piece of onion, and he goes, and then eats it. And they were like, did you just eat the onion? And he was like, I didn't know where to put it, so I ate it.
Oh, bless him. He's going to do so well. Call the Toffoli's. Tell them to make room in the house. We've got another one.
No, I was like, he's going to fit him perfect there.
Oh, my God.
Okay. The third overall pick was to Vancouver, and they selected Caleb Malhotra. Caleb.
Where my hug at?
Caleb Malhotra from Victoria, Canada, which we know some people from Victoria.
We do.
True story. He wasn't there. No. That's a lie. That was one that was announced remote. And I'm pretty sure that was the lady from How I Met Your Mother.
Yes, it was
90%.
because she was in the 2020
Yes.
Canucks intro video. Either 2024 or 2025. It's hard to say.
Yeah, and he's
one of them.
Bit of a Nepo baby, but I don't even know if you can call it a Nepo baby if it runs in his blood, because I'm going to read out everything.
Athletes.
Yeah. So his dad actually played for the Canucks and is on the coaching staff for the Canucks now. His dad was also a first-round pick for the Rangers when he was drafted. I won't date the year because I respect you so far. And he's already committed to Boston U for the following season. What's up?
His dad was hired as the new head coach for the Canucks on June 1st, actually.
Yeah.
Fresh.
Yeah. To me, it's kind of weird that you would draft someone that's already committed to college, but I also know that a lot of these guys are going to play another year in college regardless. So that's occurring to me now. So I'm actually going to scratch everything.
I'm just hoping.
But Lauren said, I'm sure his dad will be fired by then.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the Canucks are trash and all they do is just fire coaches. And yeah, I'm still mad at them about Rick Tocchet.
Yeah.
And that's my right. Because look what happened. What was last season?
Yeah.
But maybe Manny will be the man they need.
Yeah. The commentator said a couple of things that I thought were funny. Number one was just an innocence and purity about him. And then someone else said, they're back. And I was like, what the hell? And then they listed all of his family things. His mother, Joanne, was a soccer player. I apologize. A soccer star at the University of Victoria. His uncle.
And she played for Team Canada for women's soccer.
Period. His uncle, Martin Nash, was a professional footballer, as in soccer, not football.
Football in the European dialect, not in the American dialect.
Yes. And won a CONCACAF. I don't know. Won a championship with Canada. I've actually... Look at that word.
CONCACAF.
He won that with Canada.
CONCACAF.
Sure. We're moving on. And his other uncle, Steve Nash, not the hockey player, the NBA superstar who represented Canada at the Olympic Games. And, of course, his dad, who played hockey as well.
I don't know who Steve Nash is. That's not surprising. I don't know who any of them are.
Steve Nash plays in the NBA. I wouldn't expect you to know who that is.
Yeah, I was just thinking superstars. I'm like, I don't know him. Sorry about that. Nothing personal. I'm just ignorant about the NBA.
Yeah. And the interviewer was talking, Bangs was talking to his parents, and he walked by in the middle of the interview or whatever, and the mom just touched him or whatever. Anyways, she said that he told her, my mom is the unsung hero. She's the center of my life.
He also said in his pre-draft video that she was where he got his athleticism from. And her husband was like, yeah, she's just one of those really annoying athletes. Anything that she does, she's good at. She picks up a pickleball racket. She's crazy good at that. She does par the first time she goes golfing. There's nothing she can't do. She's incredible. I love it.
Yeah, and the interviewer telling his mom that, she looked like she was about to start crying. It was so sweet.
I think she said, you're going to make me cry. And
Probably.
Bangs lady was like, I was trying to.
Yeah. Okay, here's his stats, and then we'll move on to the fourth pick. NHL ceiling, top line. NHL floor, third line. His probability is only 74%, and he will most likely be on a second line.
That's fair.
ESPN put him comparable to Maddie Beniers, but Emily Kaplan said that she thinks he's comparable to Nick Suzuki.
Oh, yes.
Both are very flattering, and honestly, they do play similar games. So
I'm just more familiar with Suzuki Pookie.
yeah. Okay. 4th overall pick. This was Buffalo, the home team. They chose Daxton Rudolph. And one commentator went, "Whoa," and said he launched up the draft boards. ESPN had him ranked to go 5th, and he went 4th. So I wouldn't really say launched, but it is what it is. He is a 3-time Olympic medalist for Canada's junior team, and reminds Emily Kaplan of Rasmus Dahlin.
Ooh, love that.
Yeah, which is perfect for Buffalo.
Truly, that's literally their captain.
That's literally what they want. He is committed to the University of Denver for next season, and honestly, I couldn't find anything else on him other than the little ESPN things, which ranked him under top pair, which, by the way, he's a defenseman. Everybody else has been forwards.
A defenseman for 4th. I love that.
Yeah.
I wish we could get a goalie. Like 1, 2, or 3. One of these days.
One day I want a goalie to go like first overall. I don't think it'll ever happen, but it would be funny. It wouldn't be funny. It'd be fun. But they say he's kind of like a number 5 defenseman, and with a 71% chance of playing in the NHL. And ESPN compared him to Noah Hannafin. Not familiar with your game, sir?
Me neither.
But I'm familiar with Rasmus Dahlin, which is who Emily Kaplan
I do know that one.
And then the 5th overall pick, and one of the lasts. I think we're actually talking about the 6th as well, right? Just briefly.
I've got brief notes on the 6th and the 7th, and then one more.
Oh, okay. Well, the 5th overall pick to the New York Rangers was Albert Smits from Latvia. There was no fun announcer for this. I'm pretty sure Gary Bettman just announced it, whatever. They said he's a very physical player like Jacob Trouba, which is really ironic.
How dare you? How dare you invoke Jacob Trouba to the Rangers?
It's really ironic because the Rangers are looking for the player they traded away. Also, I'm really hoping you cannot hear our neighbor blowing the leaves in the background.
It's ASMR.
ASMR.
It's a white noise. Have a good nap.
But then they said nothing elite, but he's going to play in all situations.
What a fucking read.
What?
He's not great, but he'll be there.
Yeah. He moved from Latvia to Finland at 13 years old to play hockey, which, like, happiest place on earth, might as well.
Literally.
And they said he is the most suited to play immediately. He also listens to Taylor Swift before games.
They made sure to point out that he's a Swiftie, which is an immediate green flag.
Yes. He, honestly, after watching some of his media stuff, he reminds me a lot of Leon Draisaitl, where he's just like, what do you want from me? Like, I'm just doing my job.
I love
kind
a
of
blunt.
vibes. Yeah, there's an interview before World Juniors where they asked him if he's excited to play against Gavin McKenna and Carson Carels to measure his game up against theirs, and he goes, I've played against bigger players.
Stunt all these hoes. Absolutely.
Yeah. He's also a defenseman.
Period. Of course he is.
And they put his NHL ceiling as top 4 and as a depth defenseman.
Top 4?
Yeah. Top, like, yeah.
4 for 4.
His NHL probability is only 52%. And he was actually initially projected to go 18th overall.
Girl, he's getting drafted to the Rangers. He's going to play.
That's fair. He'll probably be a middle pair player, and he's comparable to Ryan Pulock. And then 6th overall was Carson Carels. He was not there. Do you want to tell us where he was, Lauren?
He was at the farm.
Yeah, he's this gen's Brady Martin. I guess
literally
it's not even this gen, but this class.
This draft class, he is Brady Martin.
Yeah.
He got drafted to the Flames. Also, his 18th birthday was 3 days prior.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
happy birthday.
He's a defenseman for Prince George Cougars. Rawr.
Rawr.
But he's from the middle of bumfuck nowhere. He said he's from a small town of about 50 people in the middle of nowhere, in between Brandon and Winnipeg, which, yes, I did get very parasocial with it because he's a baby, and I mapped the distance between Brandon and Calgary and then Winnipeg and Calgary because I was like, how are his parents going to see him? Ain't by driving. They got to fly. But he's
Prince
from a farm.
Edward's... Oh, wait, no, sorry.
He plays for Prince George right now.
Yeah, yep. Sorry.
Which, I mean, he's not in his little farm town that he was grown up in, but he is from a multi-gen, I don't know why I'm stumbling with this, but his family is farmers by at least 2 generations. His grandfather started the farm, and then his dad is really what helped turn it into a profitable business. They've got goats, they've got cows, they're doing a ground beef operation right now. They've got 500 head of cow, which the New York Times made they made clear to count every single thing. And then that's really much it about him. He says that when he's done with his hockey career, he's gonna go take over the family farm.
Aww.
I love it.
Yeah, no, I do too.
I really like him.
He said his best friend growing up was a cow named Annabelle.
He also said that he was scared that because he's not home all the time because he's playing hockey most of the year. He's like, when I come home, the goats always seem to know who I am, which is really nice.
Stop.
I know.
I do have his ESPN stats.
Go for it.
Because they initially projected him to go 3rd overall.
Yeah.
So his ceiling was top pair and his floor was top 4 because he's a defender. 80% probability of making it into the league and playing 200 games. Most likely going to be in a top pair, and he is comparable to Zach Werenski.
I do know him. That's a good player.
Him.
I just think pretty much all of the farmer boys that turn pro in the NHL do really well. See the Stahl family.
Yeah.
See Brady Martin.
Well, they're a lot more durable.
Yeah, girl. And they know, I mean, farming
is not for the weak.
Farming is not for the weak. Animals die all the time. You never really make any money off of it. You learn how to take an L.
Yeah.
Which is important. Especially when you're going to play for the Flames.
Speaking of L's, let's talk about Leon. It starts with an L.
Can I talk about the 7th overall pick really quick?
Yeah, talk about the 7th.
Okay, the 7th overall was Chase Reed to the Kraken. He's also a defenseman. He's the first ever defenseman drafted by the Kraken in their first round. Oh. He currently plays in the OHL for the St. Marie Greyhounds, and that's pretty much all I have on him.
Oh.
I just like the Krakens. I like that team.
I really like the Kraken.
He seems sweet. And then my last note is on the Ruck twins.
I was about to talk about the Ruck twins.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Can I talk about them?
I thought you just touched my mic, and I was really confused. But in reality, it was my arm hitting the sleeve. What? My arm hitting the mic? You can talk about what you have first.
All right. The Ruck twins are mirror twins, which is somewhat rare. They're identical twins, but a mirror twin, only 25% of identical twins are mirror twins. They are a exact physical reflection of each other. Mm-hmm. A lot of the times with identical twins, you'll have like one that's left-handed and one that's right-handed or vice versa, stuff like that separates them. Not the Ruck twins. And then I basically got like their draft stuff.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy to say if you don't want me.
You go and I'll fill in if you don't say something that I have written down.
Okay. Well, they both said they wanted to be drafted to the same team, and the Penguins said, say less. So Liam was drafted in the first round, 22nd overall by the Penguins. He's a right wing. And then Marcus was drafted today, actually, in the second round by the Penguins for, I believe, 39th overall. And he is a center. They both have committed to play one more year with their current WHL junior team, the Medicine Hat Tigers. Rawr!
Rawr!
And then they've also committed to play at the University of North Dakota in the 2027 year is when they'll start.
Yeah.
So 2027 to 2028 season. So they're 18 right now. They committed to all of these things prior to being drafted. So it'll be a couple years before we actually get to see them in action. But I'm excited.
Also, college, just because you commit doesn't mean you have to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, WHL is a little different because they sign a contract.
Mm-hmm.
But if the NHL wanted them to start, I'm sure they would start.
I mean, how you going to say no? Specifically, Marcus. How you going to say no to learning from freaking Sidney Crosby?
Yeah.
Who's only got one more year on his contract, mind you.
That's what I was looking up earlier. And the Penguins posted, it's twins. With like little this.
We're having a boy. Oh my God, that's so cute.
Yeah. It was literally like a baby announcement, but it's twins.
That's really sweet.
Yeah. They were also the top 2 in WHL scoring.
They're really good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Gay Area Sports, which is an account we've talked about before, she said, I'm so excited for the remake of Twitches.
I can't wait. Honestly, they've got a real... They look like one of the gyms could be their dad. One of the gyms from Shoresy. Have you seen them? They look like one of the gyms. And it's the gym that was a professional hockey player in the NHL for the Kings. I just cannot remember his name right now.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, is that all you had?
That's it for me.
Okay, well, I only have 2 other things. I saw a really cute video. A player, Ryan Lynn, was drafted 21st overall to San Jose. And I saw 2 different videos. One was his mom literally just smiling and sobbing that made me want to cry as well, but of joy. Made me feel like my son had just gotten drafted.
I just love to see the parents and the family's joy because they sacrifice so much.
Yeah, they really do. Hockey is not a cheap sport. And if you want to go pro, you almost always have to move away from home at a young age.
They give up a lot.
Sad. Yeah, I also saw a video of someone like filming it or whatever, and you could hear her daughter in the background. And she goes, "Oh my God, we have an Asian finally!" And they're Asian, but like it's the it's the representation of it all.
That's what I'm saying.
It was just pure joy, and I was like,
"That's what I'm saying.
You deserve this."
I love some color, some culture.
Yes. And then Macklin called him. I'm pretty sure Macklin called him to tell him he was being picked.
Yes, he did.
And that just makes me happy. Macklin is going to be captain one day of the Sharks, and he's going to be a great captain, I think.
Yeah, he's going to be phenomenal. He was already captain of Team Canada. Yeah. Like, let's fucking go. Am I right?
Yeah. Let's fucking go.
That's my teenager.
And then my last note is Jordan Stahl was going to announce the Canes pick in the first round.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they had the 31st pick, and he was doing it over Zoom or whatever they used to ping people. Ping people? What the fuck?
No, I do think it had to be Zoom.
I don't know what
Like, it had to be a Zoom call.
100%. And then, like, right before they would have their pick, Caroline traded it. They traded to Nashville for the 42nd and 57th picks, which honestly, Carolina's a great team. They don't really need a first round pick anyways.
Caroline said, I'm good. Thanks, though.
I'm going to go hang out with my cup now.
So that's fine. That's fine. We've got everything we need.
Yeah. But
we're good right here.
But on the broadcast, they popped up Jordan Martinook, who was sitting there on the Zoom, and then like hearing the announcement they traded away, and he was like,
so was Jordan Stahl or Jordan Martin doing the announcement?
Jordan Martin. I'm sorry. He did have on a Jordan Stahl shirt, though. He had on a shirt with Stahl's face on it.
God, that's so annoying. That's prime television.
He was so disappointed that they traded it, and he would just like... The broadcasters were like, he's just sat there for like a couple hours now.
Oh, God. Did he really?
Probably.
Yikes.
Yeah. And that's all that I have on the NHL
We got robbed of a Marty party.
The Marty party.
Do you not have the Garrett Graham announcement?
What Garrett Graham announcement?
Garrett Graham announced the Bruins pick.
What?
Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up.
I did not know that.
I saw it on TikTok.
Last night I got home from a work trip and basically shut my brain off and sat on the couch and ate candy and watched Love Island. I remember seeing promo of him, but I didn't realize that he had announced the pick. Oh, it was the trade for JJ Peterka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that was it. That was it.
Okay. I was like, how did I miss him announcing the pick? Was he there?
I was confused because it had so much.
Yeah, which if you didn't
Stop.
if you didn't know, in the off-campus books, he was drafted to the Bruins, so
cancel what I said. Let's just reroute that. Run it back. Run the route, get it, Terrell. Damn it.
damn it, it's good.
Garrett Graham announced a trade, not the draft pick. That would have been too crazy.
That hurt my throat. Actually, in both.
Well, yeah, you're a soprano. I'm an alto.
Yeah, and I was doing the gurgle.
Yours was good, though.
Thank God.
You should have stopped there before that. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Nope. Well, next week we'll be picking back up on our off-campus series.
Yes.
With episodes 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm. So refresh your mind, as I will have to do. Watch our episode 1 and 2 where we discuss the first 4 episodes of Off Campus.
Yes.
And we will see y'all next week with Garrett Graham being mentioned yet again.
Yet again.
Bye.
Bye.